Hello, everyone. Welcome to our 30-day in finding your strength with brave thinking. My name is Lin Yuan-Su. I'm your transformational life coach. Today is our third session within this 30 days. So in this entire month of April, I'm offering this free gift, free coaching program to any one of you who are willing to receive it, in supporting your mindset, in supporting you to discover your true power and strength that's already within you, to help you to walk through this dark time, this difficult time, while we're dealing with this pandemic and while we're in physical distancing, and to support you to truly to realize you get to create a life that you love, you prefer, and that's going to bring you happiness and joy and a bigger life in whatever format that suits you. So to start, we are going to take a deep breath. So inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth like you're breathing into a straw. One more time, inhale and exhale. This breathing technique truly is going to calm our nervous system, and it makes us ready to be receiving the information that will be shared today. And every single day when we start, we actually share a gratitude and a win as well. So one thing you're absolutely grateful for, and one thing you're so proud of yourself. I invite you to write it down if you want to, and collect all of those gratitude and the proud of moments for yourself. And you read it whenever you feel a little bit down, whenever maybe you feel a little anxious because you feel lonely in this physical distancing, that this social isolation. So for me, I'm so absolutely grateful for this journey I have taken for this life. It is quite big. It is something that truly this morning, as I'm with masterminding with my fellow coaches, it truly for me is like how I walk my life, all the teachers that has come into my life, my mentors, my friends, my support system, the resources. I'm absolutely grateful for everything that I have received in my life. And I'm very proud of, in the midst of all of this, I have maintained my energy. I have maintained my excitement. I'm excited during this time because I know we are going to walk through this. I know we are going to not just survive, but thrive during this time. It is our choice. And I'm so excited for what we are creating at the end. When we walk out of this pandemic, when we walk out this physical distancing, when we are able to go back to what we were doing, or possibly create a very new version of your life. And when we look at it and the sense of achievement, the sense of accomplishment, that's what I'm excited for. So that is my win for today. And I also invite you, if you want, share it on your social media, share with your friends, your family, because we are creating a ripple effect. Your positivity, your winning, your gratitude is going to impact so many other people in the way and form that they need as of this very moment. So yesterday we talked about everything is created twice, is a thought first, and then it shows up in some form of itself in life. And we also talked about one of the fundamental tools, which is notice what we're noticing. You're going to hear this a lot within 30 days of our coaching program. And we get to notice our body. We literally went through a scan of our body yesterday. And also we get to notice our mind. And notice what you're noticing with our mind is truly going to lead you to that awareness. That is a step number one that you can take. The first step you can take is to have that awareness in order to transform your life, in order to change your life. And the power and that strength that is breathing us Have you ever wondered that? Have you ever be curious about that? If we hold our breath, you just hold it, you just let it be, and eventually we're all going to give in. We are all going to, that force is going to take control of yourself. Either we hold our breath for so long we pass out, and then once again our body is going to go back to that natural way of breathing, or we just give in and we start to breathing. What is that power that's breathing us? What is that power that actually makes our heart beat? Have you ever been curious about it? And that is the power, and that is the strength that is within every single one of us, that is going to support and guide and lead us through this journey. And we get to tap into that power. We get to tap into the source of this energy, of this strength. So we get to create a life that is going to be serving us during this time. Once again, yes, we are facing a difficult time. Once again, yes, we are going through something. For the majority of us, we have never went through something like this. At the same time, we get to create the result by noticing what we're noticing. First of all, noticing what we're thinking. And you're going to realize our mind is actually quite interesting. It can create a lot. It can create a lot into reality, into the physical format. For example, if you think happy thoughts right now, if you're watching this, you just think about something makes you so happy, and you're going to put a smile on your face. When you think of some funny things, maybe it's the last joke you saw on social media or on TV, and maybe it's something your dog did, or even your kids, maybe they did something very silly and it's so funny. When you think of those things, they don't have to be happening right in front of you. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna put that smile on your face once again. And if you think shameful thoughts, something that you're not proud of, and if you think it enough, your cheeks are going to turn red. That's something physical. That's physically happening to your body. And if you think of some fearful thoughts, something scary, something that truly makes you feel like you're very, very afraid, if you think that enough, your heart is going to beat faster. So this is what we truly have with what we can do with our minds. Now, here's the thing. Do you notice what you're noticing? Do you notice what's going on in your mind? What is the news that you're watching? What is the shows that you're watching on TV? What is the posts that you watch on social media? What are you doing on the time you have been given? If you're still working, if you're working from home, what goes on into your mind? Maybe you're a student and you're studying from home, from a distance. What have you been noticing? What have you been thinking or feeling throughout this new chapter, this new experience? We get to notice what we're noticing. It doesn't matter what's going on. We get to notice what we're noticing. Whether you feel nervous, whether you feel relaxed, whether you feel you're productive, or whether you feel quite shameful because you're working from home, but the majority of the time you're actually not working. Whatever it is, there's absolutely no judgment. There's absolutely no more shame. When we are notice what we're noticing with our minds, with our way of thinking, make sure that there's no judgment. We're coming in with curiosity. We're coming in with curiosity. During this time, there are a lot of things going on. There are a lot of things happening on the news. Different numbers are being shared every single day. And what do you feel when you look at those numbers, when you're watching those news, right? Do you feel, oh, okay, it is just a number? Or do you feel, possibly you feel, yes, I understand those numbers because it is going to be a curve. It's going to peak at some point and then it's going to climb down. That is just going to be the curve of any infection, any outbreak of a virus infection or bacteria infection. Maybe you understand that piece. So when you look at those numbers, you're coming in with a different mindset. Or maybe you feel just quite nervous, even thinking about that you have to go out, buy some groceries. Whatever that is, notice where you're noticing. And it is one of the most powerful and fundamental tools that you can utilize in forms of transformation. And here's the reason. Only when you have the awareness that you can do something about it, right? I'm going to say this again. Only when you have the awareness of what is going on, whether it's outside of your life or inside of your mind, only when you have the awareness and when you know it, that's when you can start to take action to change it if you do not like it. Notice what you're noticing. If you notice you're very fearful about the news, about the number, about what's going on outside, and you truly do not like that feeling, that's the next step, is notice what you're noticing, what's going on in your mind, and notice how you feel about it. Do you feel good or do you not feel good? Simple as that. That's when you can literally go back to say, okay, what is the thought that makes me feel bad? Is that fearful thought? Okay, I'm going to replace it with something else. Notice your longings and your discontent at this very moment. Longings is something you would love to have. That brings you joy. That's expanding. The discontent is the pain or the discomfort that's created by that very thought. Right? Everything is a thought first. Everything is coming from in our mind. It's coming from, what we created that between our own ears. So when you go through the process, this is, once again, it is a practice. Practice it every single day. Practice it every single day. Right? If you, whatever you do on a regular basis, whatever your routine is right now, notice the moments that you feel great and pay attention to it. Dive into that power, because that's what you want to do more of. What are some of the thoughts that makes you feel uplifted, positive? Maybe it's listening to music. Maybe it's having a conversation on the phone, or using FaceTime, whatever technology you're using, have that conversation. Maybe it's to make some food. Maybe it's to cook. Maybe it's to whatever it is. Notice the moments that you feel great. And what are the things you're doing? What are the thoughts you have? Have a collection of those, because this is going to be your tool, your power to help you to transform in this journey. And also notice when you do not feel good. What are the things you're doing at that very moment? What triggers it? Right? Maybe it's when you're watching the news, or maybe it's that news feed popped up onto your smartphone and seeing today in Ontario, this many people has diagnosed with COVID-19, and this many people has passed away, whatever that stats. And whenever you look at it, you just feel, you feel that contracted feeling right in your chest. Notice what you're noticing. Know that at that very moment, when you have the awareness that that piece of information triggers your thoughts of, and therefore leading into a feeling that does not serve you, know that you can change that. When you have the awareness, you can say, I'm going to stop right here. Maybe you're going to do something else, leaning into the collection of the thoughts that makes you happy. Maybe it's a picture, maybe it's a music, maybe it's dance, some dance moves, maybe it's jumping up and down, maybe it's whatever you're doing. Do that when you notice that the moment you do not feel good, the moment it's not serving you, you feel, maybe you're feeling anxious, maybe you're feeling stressed out. Notice that, and then move into the collection of your tools that you have collected that you know is going to make you happy, make you joyful, make you be more positive. And this is what we do, literally the concept of transformation over and over. This is the fundamental. All right. And so practice, notice where you're noticing every single moment, every single day. And we start there. And tomorrow I'll continue to share with you more and more tools and teachings of how you can create the life you would absolutely enjoy after this entire pandemic is over. And you get to practice the same way over and over. This is the same concept. You get to practice to create the life you would love living, rather than have a life that's rather created by itself by default, right? And my name is Lin Yuan-Su. Once again, I'm going to share my contact information right here. If you have any questions, or if you feel like you want to reach out to me, have a one-on-one conversation, I'm here to serve. It is my passion to support you in whatever way, shape, and form. And I thank you for the opportunity that you gave me to do that for you. Stay healthy, stay strong. I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.